We are. Excuse me. Okay.
Gentle Revolutions is a play about the blacks back in the 1930s. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Come to the middle.
Middle.
Come here.
So, Gentle Revolutions is a play about the blacks back in the 1930s.
And it talks about how blacks were not given rights, how they were discriminated.
Well, they were treated as furniture. So, in this particular play, we'll be talking about one school, college actually, and where this professor
Okay, go.
teaches two students of his in the art of debate.
ఇప్పుడు మనం ఒక నాటకం చూడబోతున్నాం. దాని పేరు జనరల్ రెవల్యూషన్స్. అది అమితన్న ద గ్రేట్ డిబేటర్స్ అనే సినిమా నుంచి తీసుకొని రాశారు. ఈ ప్లేలో మేము 1930s అమెరికా ఎలా ఉందో చూపించబోతున్నాం.
Okay, good evening everybody. I'm the narrator. Okay, the year is the 1930s in the United States. Schools and colleges are deeply divided by race. Black students and white students are not allowed to study with each other. They attend separate schools and colleges. Our story is based in one such college, Wiley College. Here you will meet Mr. Tolson, an extraordinary professor with revolutionary ideas. He believes that words and ideas have the power to change the world. In this first scene, he'll be training two of his students, Mr. James Farmer and Miss Samantha Book, in the art of debate.
Good morning, Mr. James Farmer and Miss Samantha Book. Debating team. How do you both feel?
It's nice to be here, sir. I feel happy.
I feel honored, sir. I always dreamt to be on a debate. But I also feel a little scared.
Yes, Miss Book. Do you know you're the first woman to ever be on a debating team? My wife's really proud of you. And I'm sure a lot of other women in town are too.
Thank you, sir. I hope I do justice to you, to the college, and to the people.
Justice to me and the college? No, Miss Book. If you ask me, I think it's about doing justice to those who don't have a voice. The poor, the oppressed. Do you know Langston Hughes?
No, sir.
He is one of my favorite poets. He once said, music may not make millions, but it gives happiness to millions. And I see debate as a great opportunity to stand before audience and make them think, make them question their deep-rooted beliefs that leads to injustice.
Well, sir, I have read some of Hugh's poetry, and it's like it gives a voice to things we feel but can't say.
Yes, he very much does. Okay, let's see. First topic. Child labor should be regulated by the government. Mr. Farmer, go ahead.
Yes. Well, I will start with a quote from the poet Cleghorn. He said, "The golf links lie so close to the mill that almost every single day the laboring children can look out and the laboring children can look out and."
And what, Mr. Farmer? And what is the men at play? Is that what you learned from last year? Start something and not finish it.
No, sir. I missed.
It's okay. Sit down. We'll come back to you later. Miss Book, your topic. Welfare takes away a person's biggest reason to work, which is to survive. What do you think?
Well, sir, I'd say it doesn't take that away. Most of the welfare money goes to children, disabled, and the elderly. It's about helping those who can't help themselves.
Interesting. Is that a fact or just your opinion?
It's a fact.
What's your source?
The President of the United States.
You spoke to him personally.
No, no, sir. Of course, I didn't speak to him personally. I listened to him on the radio.
Okay. Any other sources?
Yes, sir. Like the look in a mother's eye when she can't feed her kids. Without welfare, people would starve.
Who's starving this book?
The unemployed are.
Mr. Farmer here. He's unemployed. Obviously, he's not starving.
No, sir. He's not.
Your argument has a mistake. You assumed all unemployed people are starving, which is not true. It's a common debate mistake to generalize. Try to be more careful with that next time. Oh, time's go by. So, we'll meet on next class.
Yes.
Mr. Dawson is tough, isn't he?
Yeah. And probably he's the smartest man in Texas, or maybe even in the whole country.
Yeah.
So why do you want to be on the debating team?
I think it would be good practice.
Practice? For what?
I want to become a lawyer.
A lawyer? That's ambitious.
Ambitious, maybe, but it's necessary. Did you know that there are only 2 black women practicing law in the entire state? We need more people like us fighting for justice.
I guess so. My father's a preacher. He says words can change people. But you really think we can change laws?
Yeah, words change minds, and minds change laws. Oh, did you know the word Aligro comes from the word negro, which means subhuman and black in Latin? I just wish that we could create new meanings and a new beginning for people like us.
Maybe we will. You know, I never really thought about it like that.
Well, we have to. No one else is going to do it for us.
It's funny. At first, I used to think debate was just another extracurricular activity, like a way to stand out. But you think of it so differently, as if it's something much bigger.
Well, for me, it is. You know, every argument, every debate, for me, it's something, it's a struggle for something much bigger than ourselves.
Maybe you're right. I think I've been thinking about it too narrowly. But you're right, it's more than just words. It's about pushing back against everything that tries to hold us down.
Exactly. Changing minds. Even if it's just one.
You're going to be a great lawyer one day.
And maybe even a great musician. You want to hear my music?
Why not?
They continue listening to the song, realizing that they have much more in common than they ever thought. Two young people, bound by a shared desire for change, for justice, and for something even greater than themselves. Back in the classroom, in scene 3, Mr. Tolson is preparing them for the upcoming debate.
Okay, so how do we prepare for a debate?
By preparing our points well and researching about our topic.
It would also help if you think what the opposition might think.
Okay, anything more?
Yes, we should practice the delivery and...
Yes, that is important too, Mr. Farmer. Do you know who Willie Lynch was?
No, sir.
He's a brutal slave owner in the West Indies. The slave owners in Virginia were having trouble controlling their slaves, so they asked Willie Lynch to help. His methods were simple but evil. He told them to keep the slaves physically strong but mentally weak, keep their bodies but take their minds.
That sounds like what happens today. People might seem free from the outside, but inside they're still controlled by that fear, ignorance.
Yes, fear. It controls you. It stops you from thinking freely. To stand up and debate, present your arguments, you have to break free of those chains. You see, you have to take back your mind.
But how do we take back our mindset?
You fight for it every day by reading, thinking, questioning for yourselves. Debate isn't just about the words you speak, it's about freeing yourself. That's what we'll be learning in these classes to find ourselves in this complicated world. Your next debate is 1 week from now. We'll be the one of the first Negro colleges in America to have a debate in a white college. Does that thought frighten you?
Yes, sir, it does.
But sir, 1 week is not enough time.
Don't worry about that. I'll write the arguments, you do the research. Also, the debate will be taking place outside the campus.
Outside? Sir, why?
Because sometimes, Mr. Farmer, you have to take steps one at a time.
But sir, what are we going to be debating about?
Is violence necessary at times? I'll be home around 6 pm. Read up before that and try not to be late, okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
For many months, Mr. Farmer and Ms. Book, along with their mentor, Mr. Towson, traveled to different places, debating with students from black schools and colleges. Together, they became strong and confident as a team. But today feels little different. Their hearts beat a little faster than before, because today was the first ever debate against students from a white college. To keep everyone safe, the debate was not being held inside campus but outside. The topic they will be discussing is violence ever necessary? Mr. Farmer takes a deep breath and walks to the front.
Is violence necessary sometimes? Or is non-violence always enough? In 1919, in India, 10,000 people gathered in Amritsar to protest the tyranny of the British rule. General Reynard Dyer trapped them in a courtyard and ordered his troops to fire for 10 long minutes. Men, women, children shot down in cold blood. And Dyer said he taught them a moral lesson. But Gandhi and his followers responded not with violence, but with an organized campaign of non-cooperation. Government buildings were occupied, streets were blocked by the people, even being beaten by the police. And Gandhi was soon arrested. But he was soon forced to release. But the definition of moral, Dyer's lesson or Gandhi's victory? You choose.
From 1914 to 1918, for every single minute, the world was at war. Just think of it. Thousands hurled into eternity of every hour, of every day and night. And it's 4 long years. Can there be anything moral about it? Nothing, except that it stopped Germany from enslaving all of Europe. Fighting for your country can be deeply moral, demanding the greatest sacrifice of all, life itself. Non-violence can sometimes be a mask that people wear to hide what they really want, to create chaos and break rules. Gandhi believes one must face the legal consequences for their actions. Gandhi also believes that one must act with love and kindness to one's opponents, even if they are just your opponents in a debate. So, does it sound like creating chaos?
Perhaps not, but democracy works when the majority rules. We can talk about morals, but at the end, the people decide. The biggest threat to democracy isn't violence. It is when people think they can choose which laws to obey and which to break. If everyone did that, society would fall apart.
The people decide the moral issues of the day, not some majority. Majorities do not decide what is right or wrong, your conscience does. So, why should we surrender our conscience or kneel down before the tyranny of a majority? We can't decide which laws to obey and which to ignore. If we could, I'd never stop for a red light. My father is one of those men who stand between us and the chaos. A police officer. I remember the day his partner, his best friend, was gunned down in the line of duty. Most vividly of all, I remember the expression on my dad's face. Nothing that erodes the rule of law can be moral, no matter what name we give it.
In Texas, they lynch Negroes. My teammate and I saw a man strung by his neck and set on fire. We drove through a lynch mob. We pressed our faces against the floorboard, and when I looked at my teammate, I saw fear in her eyes, and worse, the shame. What was this Negro's crime that he should be hung without a trial in a dark forest filled with fog? Was he a thief? Was he a killer? Or just a Negro? A father? Were his children waiting up for him? No matter what he did, the mob was a criminal. And the law did nothing. That just left us wondering why. My opponent says nothing that erodes the rule of law can be moral. But there is no rule of law when Negroes are lynched, denied to housing, to schools, and turned away from hospitals. St. Augustine once said, an unjust law is no law at all, which means I have a right, even a duty to resist with violence or non-violence. You should pray I choose the latter.
Wiley College went on to win the debate. This is their first ever victory from students from a white college. Everybody back home is immensely proud of them. But victory comes with shadows. The forces of oppression have noticed Mr. Tolson's involvement with the Black Rights Movement. The police have made their stance clear. Stop his activism or face brutal consequences. Scene 5 unfolds as Mr. Tolson gathers a team to break the unsettling news.
I'm so proud of you both for how well you're learning and growing. But today, I have some sad news to share. I found out yesterday that Georgia and SMU have taken back their invitations.
Taken back? Why? Did we do something grow up with.
No, Miss Book, it's my fault. There's something you may not know about me. Besides teaching here, I've also been helping with the Black Rights Movement. The authorities found out and they put my name on a list. They're saying that I should stop, that this isn't my fight, or I'll lose my job.
Black rights movement, sir? You never told us about it.
Well, I thought it was the best to keep that to myself. Well, I thought about it, and I think you both should go on debating without me.
Go on debating without you? That's impossible. I mean, you're the reason we've come this far.
No, I'm not the reason, Miss Book.
Sir, without you, there'd be no one to guide us.
You've already got what you need. You know how to think, how to fight with words, how to stand your ground. It's time you start trusting yourselves.
Sir, but what if the colleges don't invite us?
Well, I thought about that, and I think that once I withdraw myself as your mentor, it might change.
Sir, but why don't you step down, as they say?
Stepping down. Standing up for those who always don't have a voice is my way of making this world a better place. Should I just walk away from that to save my career?
No, sir. Sorry, sir. I was not thinking
No,
of
sir.
it.
You go on with the amazing work. We'll take care of us.
Thank you. Both of you. I knew you'd understand. You don't know how much this means to me. Thank you.